Welcome everyone to another top 10. I'm Old School Gamer 1971. Millie, Lloyd, everyone, hope you're all having a great day. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please like, comment and share. Check out my channel and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and puts a big old smile on this old face. Today's top 10 is hack and slash games. This is one of my favourite genres. Any bad day, or maybe someone pisses you off, maybe you're stressed. All of which is cured by a decent hack and slash game. Some you can dismember, some is gore galore, and some just have big flashy moves. I like the ones with thousands of enemies on the battlefield. Some even have a story, but you should not always need to have one. It's not imperative to the game being good. There is something special about clocking up over 2,000 to 3,000 body counts in around 30 minutes. Over the years there's been many such games that has kinda got me through some tough times, any excuse. Some of them are even RPGs with a hack and slash flavour to them. Starting on the PlayStation 2 to this very day, there is always space in my collection for another hack and slash title. So here we have my top 10 therapy sessions, hack and slash games. Starting off with my number 10, Dragon Age Inquisition, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by BioWare. So I could go on about a great story and a fantastic lore and different races, weapons and locations are all good and all, but today's about the hacky and slashy stuff. Dragon Age Inquisition is set in a fantasy world and is one massive open world game. It is also a little more complicated than most, and whilst it can be played more strategy wise, you can also hit things with a sword. Playable in co-op too. This could have been several games here, but feel Dragon Age is the one that doesn't get mentioned enough. With mucho customization, it's a game that if given a chance is great for beating out those niggles of the day. Now if only there was a game of this genre that would allow you to customize your enemies. Come on, make that a PlayStation 5 thing, then we can all be happy. Number 9, Darksiders, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Visual Games. I like these games, I do. As a series of games, these are great. The 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, the art design made them look badass, with a fantastic combat system that is easy to use, with arenas and open areas for you to smash the enemy's head in. Even in the average area there's so much for you to smash. Enemies also look damn good here. This is a real pick up and play game, like a lot of the games in this genre. There is also lots of weapons, tools for you to destroy your enemies and upgrades for that extra damage. I did spend a lot of time on this for the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 4 version is just so much more better. Yes, it does rip off many games. God of War, PlayStation 2 and 3 versions, Dante's Inferno and Castlevania Lords of Shadows. But to me, this is fun and certainly belongs in the conversation with all of those games. It always seems to be on sale, but still, every now and again, this is my game of choice. PS, War does look cool, Death looks badass, and Fury is a great addition to the franchise. Number 8, Dark Souls Remastered, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by From Software. Now this is a bit of an acquired taste and or situation. This is almost like personal torture for some, for the days that just haven't been stressful enough almost. But if you succeed, makes any day better. Add to this the enemies are so damn tough, so you can really batter the living hell out of them. Sometimes I just want to give something a real pasting. Now there may be a few of these games about now, but I went with the original. Well, it's not the original. Demon's Souls is the original. This is the first Dark Souls game. This isn't my go-to game, not for every bad day, but every now and again there is a day that only this game will suffice. Sometimes it's about driving into the sunset, sometimes it's about riding a horse across a full moon, or even sneaking into a base filled with bloodthirsty brutes. Sometimes it's about hitting things in the face really hard with a big pointy stick. My number 7, Devil May Cry, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2018 and was developed by Capcom. When this game first dropped, it was as original gets, and whilst I'm out of practice now, it makes no difference, good or trash, however you want to play it. It's still so good, mashing up the enemies. Sometimes we want a game where we smash them into the air and then shoot them into itty bitty pieces. The combat is thick and fast. The graphics may not be up to today's standard, but to me it's the one I like best. The cutscenes are good, but it's the action that keeps you coming back for more. This is a solid series and one I go back to when I'm in the mood. Whilst the body count is lower than some games on this list, it's just so satisfying when you clear a room in a single combo. In fact, it's satisfying no matter how many combos it takes for you to clear a room. This is part of the triple pack, so I'm never going to get bored. I just wish I was a little better at it sometimes, lol. Number 6, Dynasty Warriors 8 Empires, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Koei Tecmo. And so we get to the game with the big body count. It's easy to clock up between 1 to 3,000 bodies per level. It's just mindless violence and it is great. The battles are real battles from Chinese history, the Three Kingdoms, very loosely based, but based nonetheless. So much fun though. The original was 1-on-1. Later iterations was a more of a 1-on-5,000 theme. These never get tiresome in my opinion. Later games you can ride round on horseback, seeing enemies flying through the air with a vast array of weapons. The series has been my stress relief for years. I know some people have slated the latest release. I've not got the game yet, but I've not found a bad one yet. To me it's mindless fun. My favourite is Lubu. He has a staff that turns an average soldier into Superman. The story is secondary to what is going on screen, and some days this is just what the doctor ordered. Anyway, back to the action. Moving on to my number 5, Dead Rising 2. Came to the PlayStation 4 in 2016 and was developed by Capcom. Now I know some may not exactly count this as a hack and slash game, but kind of I do, and it's my list. Being able to create your own weapons and just hack enemies quite literally to pieces, with a trophy for 72,000 kills in one playthrough. With vehicles, the fun is endless, but for me, it's the weapons and the damage they cause to the horde. The blood and gore level is high in this game. I recently returned to this game, and it's as fun now as it was the first time I played it. I played this on PlayStation 3, and I am always on the lookout for a 2-player partner to go through all of the story in one sitting, so around 8 hours. I want to do this in a one-off. Would there be any offers? P.S. My favourite weapon combinations are the Defiler, the nail baseball bat and the Slicycle. Oh, and add the boxing gloves with the knives, not forgetting the paddle with the chainsaw. The fun is endless. It's just a pity there will not be another game in the series anytime soon. I suggest a reboot with 4 to 8 player co-op for the PlayStation 5. Would anybody else be interested? Moving on to number 4, Shadow of Mordor, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Monolith Productions. Anyone with a love of Lord of the Rings who doesn't need it to be perfect when compared to the book will love this game. It uses the same or very similar combat system as the Batman Arkham series and Mad Max. Here you have some nice meaty swords. With the hordes and hordes of enemies to destroy, they grow into massive armies the further you get into the game. With creatures aplenty to fight, it is such a good game. But onto the hacky slashy bit. With how much combat there is always something to fight in this fantastic looking world. With recognisable characters and creatures, there is much to keep you here. Sometimes I love to just go on a rampage, causing as much devastation as humanly possible. This all looks fine and all, but it's the endless stream of enemies to bash, hack and slash your way through, and it all looks so damn good here, and the action makes it worthy of its spot on this list. P.S. It also has a great sequel, so this game, the first one, is as cheap as chips and well worth the money. Moving on to my number 3, Diablo 3, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2014 and was developed by Blizzard. And so we have another RPG. This game deserves to be on this list, especially as it has so much going on. This is fantastic as a single player, but get the 4-player on the go, you decimate the enemies, hacking and slashing everything to pieces, and man is there a lot going on screen. It is filled with what you'd expect from a game from this genre, but it's still as fun as hell to play. One of the early PlayStation 4 games. Also, it has a load of DLC that make this game bigger and better. Eventually, with a grind, you go from adventurer to legend, and finally to beast. My character is still a lowly adventurer. My cousin Ricky, on the other hand, is a beast. Shout out to you, mate, and thanks for the helping hand at the start of my character. But for all of that, smashing the hell out of everything that moves, or otherwise, soon I find myself lost in the game again. I am always up for a game. Totally underrated, and I await the 4th game, probably for the PlayStation 5. Who's with me? My penultimate entry, Dragon's Dogma, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2017 and was developed by Capcom. This is one of my favourite games for the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 for that matter. I even done a New Game Plus playthrough to Platinum that's on my channel. To me, the game is brilliant and as fun as hell to play, but after a while you become so powerful you can obliterate enemies, many of which just look so great. But it's just going into battle, hacking and slashing your way through giant beasts that is very satisfying, or destroying a band of peons that never stood a chance. Either way, it makes any bad day better. The dragons take some beating, but they're not impossible. This is a game that every time I return to it, I hope for a sequel, but I'm just glad, so very glad we got a remastered game for the PlayStation 4, and for anyone who owns this game and needs a pawn, Quillen is mine and she is great. She's mastered everything and has done all missions. If you need her to be a certain career class, message me. Anyway, I'm enjoying smashing everything. Next time it's on sale, get it. This only just missed out on the top spot by a smidgen. My number 1, God of War 3, came to the PlayStation 4 in 2015 and was developed by Sony Santa Monica. So this takes the top spot because everything in this game is ramped up to 11. The blood, the gore and the action are probably the most visceral it has ever been in any game. The combo system allows the lowliest of us all to look good. Imagine you get home from a bad day, you put this on and get ready to have one creepy grin on your fizzog. Cause this is as fun as hell to play. Killing, chopping, cutting and cracking skulls all at once. This is not for the faint of heart. The first part of the game is both epic and breathtaking. Even when you die, it will still put a smile on your face. Kratos is so badass in this game. This game looks and plays better on the PlayStation 4. It was also on PlayStation Plus a while ago, but for me, this game is epic from beginning to end. For me, Ascension pretty much killed the old franchise. This is the end of the series for me. It took creating God of War from the ground up to make it great again. This was Kratos' greatest hour until 2018, ergo your greatest hour. This, in my opinion, is the greatest hack and slash game. And it is done. Hope you all enjoyed this top 10. There is plenty more content like this on my channel. Check it out, and if you would, spread the word. Enjoy your day one and all. Old School Gamer 1971 signing off.